A shocking new survey from the Heartland Institute and Rasmussen Reports reveals an alarming trend among young people and Democrats in our nation. Evidently, liberals no longer believe in free speech. According to this new survey, 37% of young people say government should ban speech that the majority of people believe to be offensive. 48% of the people who said that government should ban so-called offensive speech said anybody who engages in offensive speech should be thrown in jail. 38% of these people said Americans who engage in offensive speech should be banned from holding public office, like serving in Congress. And that's not all. Bernie Sanders supporters have the most tyrannical ideas of all about abolishing free speech. According to this survey, 51% of people who have a very favorable view of Bernie Sanders think government should ban so-called offensive speech. 58% of people with very favorable views of Bernie Sanders say anybody who engages in offensive speech should face jail time. 61% of Bernie supporters say if you engage in offensive speech, you should be banned from holding public office. In other words, these people want authoritarianism. Government tyranny is the lifeblood of every one of the Democrats' radical leftist policies. We can go through them. Medicare for all. Government dictates your health care. You get no choice. The Green New Deal. Government punishes you for eating red meat and makes you tear down your ungreen house. Private businesses are forced by the government to violate their Christian religious beliefs, or else the government forces them out of business. Taxpayers are forced by the government to fund abortion up until the moment of birth, even if citizens believe abortion is morally wrong. Government, under the left, confiscates legally owned firearms from law-abiding citizens and then tells us it's for our own good. A snooping government surveillance state snoops on the private phone records of journalists that they don't like and then releases that private information to the public. Doctors and counselors and therapists and religious folks are penalized for standing up for scientific fact and saying there are only two genders. And now this. They want jail time for people who engage in speech that triggers snowflakes. The point of free speech is to protect your right to say things that I think are stupid. In fact, I find it stupid and offensive that you want to violate my right to free speech and throw people in jail for saying dumb stuff. But I don't try to throw you in jail for your dumb speech, because that's the beauty of the First Amendment. You can say whatever you want. And if we let government infringe on our right to free speech, sooner or later, the government will come for you. The government will ban your speech. Sooner or later, there will be some government bureaucrat who thinks your opinions are offensive, and bam, you will be silenced by the government. Is that what you want?